Day 27 of Evolve is a full body workout focusing on rotation. We'll be using the stick for added leverage to get deeper into those twists. I'll have a long stick available for myself, and I'll leave a link in the description below for where you can get your stick mobility sticks and accessories with a 10% discount. So let's get to it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, click the bell for notifications, like this video, share it with your friends and family, and be sure to come back for day 28 of this Evolve series. So today I'm using my 6-foot stick. I like this stick a lot too because it's a little wider than my wingspan, right? So it's a great one for when I'm going to be doing a lot of side bending, tapping down with the stick like we're going to do. First exercise, this one is just a really feel-good movement. You're gonna bring that stick to about 12 o'clock, finding a nice little horse stance. So find a little bitty squat, bend those knees, just thinking about bringing your elevation down, and then my right hand is up. I'm gonna reach that left arm down and kind of pull that stick in towards your body. And now switch. So all you're doing is switching those arms, switching which hand is on top, and pulling that stick in across your chest. Let's go for one more on each side, and then we're going to add on. So right now we've been keeping this horse stance, and now we're going to find that horse stance again. This time, each hand that is low, each hand that is high, you're going to straighten that leg and twist in. So that knee bends just a little tiny bit. And here we go. So you can feel how you could pull even more. That hand that is high, that leg is extended long. The low hand has a nice soft bend. 2 more on each side. And you can see with this stick, there is a little bit of a bend that's happening. I'm pulling that hard across my body. Really opens up the side body and the top of the hip. Coming back to center. We're going to bring that stick to, let's say, 2:30 if we're inside of the clock. I'm going to bring my right hand low, left hand comes high. So this is just like a bow and arrow, but we're not really going to push away yet. I want you to just think about bringing that stick all the way forward and then all the way back as much as is comfortable for you. So just starting with this little bitty twist. Really great way to open up the armpit, the arm line, again, side body. One more. And now, as you do this, especially when you're going back behind you, push a little bit on that stick. So nice soft bend in the knees, and we push back, push that bottom hand away, and you'll feel a more intense stretch. 2 more. Last one, let's go to the other side. So we're doing about 5 reps of each variation. So left hand comes low, right arm reaches high. Before we're pushing, we're just priming the body, kind of feeling, where can I go? How far does this side allow for? 2 more here. And notice that the stick may have moved. Feel free to readjust as much as you need. So now we're going to add on by pushing that stick a little bit away with the bottom hand. So nice soft bend in the knees. We round forward as we push back, push away. With that bottom hand, you really feel how much more your body can open up with just that little bit of added resistance. Always remembering to breathe here. 1 more. Ooh, nice. Definitely feeling more open, all taller. So we're going to bring that stick behind the back. And we do this all the time. I love this exercise. Feet are even right now. They're a little more than hip width apart. And we're gonna hinge forward, nice soft bend in the knees, and then tap that stick down, trying to get to at least the midline or even more if you can. And then we come up and switch sides. So if you can't get it this far over, that's totally fine. You're just trying to at least hit the midline, and then you pull that stick into your back to really get an added twist here. Pull, pull. 2 more, just like that. One more. So if you stay in that midline, that's totally fine. If you go further across, that's fine too. You may find your body wants to pull over to the side a little bit more. So now we're gonna add on by changing our positioning. So now I'm gonna do an added little hamstring stretch. My right foot comes forward. So the heel is lifted on the right foot, the toes are up. Otherwise, everything is the same. We're just gonna try and tap the stick down. So nice soft bend in both of those knees. And then you're gonna try and tap that stick toward the front foot. And again, you can pull in. Come back to center. Tap in towards that front foot. This is 2. Keep pulling that stick. We're resisting, especially with the top hand. You're pulling that stick in across your body. One more here. And then come back up to center. Take a moment, take a breath, and notice the difference, right? Just from doing this one exercise, that little hamstring stretch, this leg feels a little longer. So we got to do the other side and even out. Bringing my feet in a hip width line. My left heel is down. Those left toes are lifted. There's a soft bend in both knees. It can be a pretty big bend in that back leg, but just a little bend in the front leg. And we tap down. We've got 5 reps. Try and pull in on that stick with the top hand. Staying in that little hip hinge the entire time for all of these reps. If you feel like you need to stand up, feel free. You can always take a breath and readjust. Remembering to get a nice big exhale every time you tap that stick down. Last one here. And ease off, come back up, woo, shake it out. Okay, we're gonna come down, kneeling now. We're gonna bring that stick onto the shoulders. So you can plant or flex your feet. We're gonna be lifted, but you're just bringing that stick kind of right here on your shoulders. And we're starting out with a nice side bend. So if you need to grab a bolster or cushion for your knees, go for it. All we're doing is aiming to tap the stick down to one side, right? So again, you can pull down with the top hand to bring that stick closer to your body and just get a little bit more leverage here. So you really feel how it opens up in that hip line. Three more just like this, and then we add on. Pulling in on that stick. And one side will probably feel a little easier, especially at the beginning, but as we get through these 5 reps, you'll usually notice you have a little more range just from doing a few repetitions. And come back up. So now we're gonna add on. Feel free to stay with this side bend version if that is enough for you. I'm just gonna turn to the side so you get a better view. This time, instead of just going to the side, we're going to twist open and back. So try to bring that stick between your feet. And again, you're pulling the bottom or the top end of the stick down, and then we switch sides. Drop it down, pull that stick in front of you. 3 more. Nice, beautiful breathing. So this is why a longer stick is really helpful, because the shorter the stick, the harder and more challenging this becomes, right? If you want to make it more challenging, you can always adjust that stick over. So the longer end is going to be up towards the ceiling. And now I just got to reach even further to get into this position, right? Same concept. I'm bringing more of that stick over to the other side so that I tapped in. So there's always really wonderful ways that you can play with this. Take a breath. One more exercise. This is the snake reach. Now, this is a pretty, it can be an intense stretch. So I want to give you options, okay? First off, we're half kneeling. I'm going to start with my left leg back, my right leg forward, and we're bringing that stick right inside of my inner thigh, right? It's right here. So, right leg is forward, my left arm is going to reach high, my right arm is going to swim in and around, so it's in front of that stick. So already I'm using a bit of leverage to get into this position. So you can stay here if this feels like a lot. Feel free to use this hand, leave it on the stick if you want to have some additional stability and just know where you are. And then you want to add on, push that stick away from your thigh. I'm still holding on at the top. You're pulling in reflexively. And you can open up as much as feels comfortable to you. So this may be a lot. Definitely feels like a pretty intense stretch for me. So I'm going to breathe here. I can add on by looking up and down. Just getting into the neck as well. And gently bring that stick back and come on out. Okay. If that is too much for you, and I can totally understand that it might be, sometimes that's too much for me, you can always bring the stick to the outside of your thigh, and you're basically doing the same exact movement. It's not going to push as far to the side. So that free hand lifts up to the top. I bring my shoulder in front of the stick. Whoop. And so now I'm really using this right hand to push on the stick at the bottom end, and I'm using the top hand, my left hand, to pull that stick in from the top, right? So I'm pushing and I'm pulling. Breathing here, just a little bit of a less intense version. It's still quite a great stretch. So let's take a moment and switch sides. Left leg comes forward, right leg is back. We're bringing that right hand up high, coming around in front, and then you let that stick touch down further out to the side as much as is comfortable for you. I can reach even higher up to feel a greater stretch in the side body, in the armpit, all the way through the hip as well. And then just looking up and down, Nice and gentle. And gently, gently bringing that stick back. Just because we did it on the other side, we're gonna bring that stick to the outside of your thigh. Right arm reaches high, left arm swims in front, right? And again, you're pushing and pulling with both hands. So both hands are working. This is active. Keep breathing. One more breath here. And ease out of that. Beautiful work today. I hope you enjoyed this workout and I hope you're really enjoying this Evolve series. Be sure to drop me a comment. Let me know how you're getting on and come back for day 28.